Every soul is Gurudasa.
Namaskar. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Periyava Sharanam. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha. Guru Sakshat Param Brahma. Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Now we are going to see the circumstances, the place and the trigger which made Sri Gurudasa compose the song Jnanarnava Vasini. In the story for the song Mayuranatheshwari, we have seen how sage Narada instructed Sri Gurudasa to go to Sringeri and how he visited several temples on the way, composed songs on the presiding deity everywhere before returning to Mayiladurai. This song, Jnanarnava Vasini, was composed in Sringeri. Once, Sri Gurudasa was doing UPANYASAM on Brahma Vidya. He was explaining that the purpose of doing any puja, japa or sadhana is to attain the purusharthas, namely dharma, artha, kama and moksha, or to get jnanam, bhakti, vairagyam, etc. He said, we cannot keep analyzing Brahman or attempt to understand Brahman because we will end up making stories, theories and getting distracted from the goal. Brahman is a complex phenomenon, but realizing Brahman can happen in a fraction of a second. The concepts of Atma, Paramatma are one and the same. The knowledge of what this Atma and Paramatma is Brahma Vidya. The realization that the Paramatma which is outside as per our understanding is also inside each one of us is Brahma Vidya, Brahma Jnanam, Atma Jnanam, Atma Vidya, Advaitam. It is also known as Atma Darshanam. Whatever Punya Kriyas we do is to make that Jivatma a Muktatma. The Sukha and Dukkha we experience is called the collective result of all the karmas done by us in our previous births. This Janma is to handle that force which is driving us towards the future. This energy ball, which we call Shariram, is different from Jivatma and Paramatma. Handling the karma's energy ball with the help of a guru and the grace of Paramatma is Atma Vidya. By exercising control over the energy ball, we can avoid taking rebirth. We can consciously use our energy ball by giving commands towards a goal to be achieved. Once it is realized that the Paramatma inside and outside is one and the same, then communicating with the cosmos becomes easy. All the siddhis and vidyas come in search of Paramatma, which is inside, and gel with it as an universal solvent, like different channels in a television. We are like the set-top box or modem, which can work wonders with the satellite connections. Gurudasa narrated stories to make this concept easily comprehensible, namely the story of Sri Shankara Bhagavat Pada. When Sri Shankara completed the Saundaryalahari, Devi was pleased and was about to leave for her abode. But Bhagavat Pada held on to her leg and pleaded with her to give darshanam to all the devotees. Devi promised to follow him wherever he went, and she also said that the sound of her anklets will be the proof that she is behind him. When they came to Sringeri, Sri Shankara witnessed a scene of a cobra spreading its hood to give shade and shelter to a frog which was in pain of delivery. Sri Shankara was thrilled to see the two natural enemies behaving in a different way. Though the frog is the food for the snake, it spread its hood to provide comfort for the pregnant frog. This touched the heart of Bhagavatpada, and he desired that Devi should stay in that place to give darshanam to all the devotees. In the same moment, he realized that the sound of Devi's anklet was not heard. When he turned back, Devi told Sri Shankara that as he desired, she will stay in that place as Sharada and bless the devotees. Sri Gurudasa was narrating this incident from the life of Adi Shankara to explain the concept of Brahma Sambandham. The second story of Sri Gurudasa was the Brahma Sambandham of Putana. She in her earlier birth was the daughter of Bali Chakravarti. When Vamana, a Vatu, came to the palace of Bali, though she was a Kanya, she desired to breastfeed him. That was the kind of feeling she entertained towards him. In that birth, she only got the darshanam of the Brahman because of her father's good deeds. In this birth, as Rakshasi, Putana, who was born in Kamsakulam, Adrishtavata Vashat, she got the orders from Kamsa to go to Vrindavanam to kill Krishna. But when she entered Gokulam, a drastic change happens in her. Even though she hesitated to enter Nanda's house, that Brahman, Krishna, called out to her and said, "Though you are Puta, you have come as Mata. Even if you feed me Visham, it will not harm me because of the role you have undertaken." That invitation from the Brahman attracted her so much and resulted in the Brahma Sambandham. All her negativities were sucked out of her and she got liberated. The third story was about a fruit seller in Krishna's story. When Krishna wanted fruits, the seller asked him what he will give in exchange. Krishna went in to bring a handful of rice in exchange for fruits, as was the common custom in the olden days. When Krishna reached the fruit vendor, only 2 grains remained in his hand and the rest all got scattered on the way. Those 2 grains of rice changed into precious gems, but she refused all those and asked Krishna to come and sit on her lap. When Krishna walked inside to get the rice, she had noticed the Ankita of Narayana, the Padmadvaja Rekankitam in his feet. Krishna, conceding her request, sat on her lap, and that Brahma Sambandham gave her liberation. All her karmas got destroyed. When the outside Brahman enters the individual, then they become one. The two cannot occupy the same space. When Brahman enters inside, the energy ball is pushed out. All the barriers like karmas, dehabhimanam, etc. are removed. The energy ball is maintained in the cloud and can be slowly dissolved without taking a birth. Listening to all the stories from Sri Gurudasa, the Sishya's desire and curiosity were aroused to learn that Vidya from him. They asked him as to what is the easiest margam to have Brahma Sambandham. What kind of sadhana one has to do to leave Dehabhimanam that will facilitate Brahma Sambandham. Sri Gurudasa pondering over that sadhana that will give Ihapara Saukhyam and also give Brahmajnanam. In the early hours of the next day, he heard the Mayura Dhvani in his right ear, which woke him up. He thought maybe somewhere some peacocks are calling, and turned to his left side. And in his left ear, he heard the cry of the Hamsa Pakshi, which is called Kalaravam. He turned to his right side again and he heard that Mayura Dhvani. Sri Gurudasa realized that sage Narada sent him from Mailadurai to Sringeri for this specific purpose. In Naradiya Shiksha, it is said, Sakjam Vadati Mayuro. The Sa, the Adhara note, is derived from the cry of the peacock. Krauncho Vadati Madhyamam. The Madhyama Swara is taken from the cry of the Krauncha Pakshis. The Sa is Achala Swara and Ma is the Swara of the Gandharvas and Saraswati. In our body, the sthana for the Shadjam is Mooladharam. For Ri, it is Swadhithanam. Ga, Gandharam, is from Manipurakam. The Madhyama Swara comes from Anahatam. When Gurudasa lay flat on his back, he saw Mayuras and Hamsas playing and making lot of noise. He decided to get up and go to the river Tunga to take a dip before he went to the temple. He finished his morning ablutions and was climbing up the steps when he heard the sound of the anklets. When he turned around, he saw a Bala, a young girl, wearing the typical traditional dress with jewelry like bangles, hanging earrings, jimki as we call it, nose ring, bullaka, wearing collyrium, mai in her eyes, and with red mark nettipottu on her forehead. She had vanki in her arms. Her head was adorned with nettichutti, Chandraprabha and Surya Prabha, and she was wearing lot of flowers. Looking at that child with chubby cheeks and Tejomaya face, Sri Gurudasa could not move forward. That child approached him and said, I have memorized a shloka. Will you please write it down for me? Gurudasa agreed to do so, and he was smiling to himself. Sringeri is a place where all the parents will bring their children to do Aksharabhyasam. The place is called Jnanapitham, and the parents bring their children for Saraswati Kataksham. Here, a child is doing Aksharabhyasam for me, and he felt extreme happiness. He was admiring the child's beauty, her voice, and the divine presence, and started jotting down every word the child uttered. Shaddwara Jnani Shalaye Dvadasha Rashi Stambha Sabha Madhye Chinmudralam Krita Vama Dakshina Karena Gagana Margena Chandra Surya Rashmi Grihitva Hridayasthane Sthapayitva Shakti Sahita Shiva Dhyanena Hamsa Mayura Pranayamaha Kriyate. After he finished writing, when he lifted his head to hand over what he had written to the child, he could not see her. He searched for her everywhere, but could not locate her. He looked at what he had written and read it over and over again, but it was all Greek and Latin to him. He could not make out the meaning or decode it. He ran into the temple. What did he see there? The Alankaram of Sharada Devi was Hamsa Vahini and Mayura Gamini. Looking at her, he was transported to a different world. He cried out to Devi, "You came and gave this shloka to me. though you handed over the Brahma Vidya to me, I am not able to unearth the meaning. And her Alankaram that day gave him the vision of Hamsam, the Jagat Janani, the potential kinetic energy. She is also Ganam. Mayuram is Shiva, who stands for static energy, and Natyam. We feel Mayuram is for Chalanam. When we play the Tanpura, placing it on our lap, the Hamsam will be steady on our lap. Whereas Mayuram, which is the stem portion of the Tanpura that creates the vibration, will be vertical. Hamsa is Prana Shakti. Mayuram is Gati, Jati, the throb. Hamsam is Shruti and Mayuram is Layam. Sri Shankara Bhagavatpada established 5 different Spatikalingam in 5 different places. The Pratishtapana of the Yoga Spatikalingam was done in Kanchipuram. The Mukti Spatikalingam in Kedarnath, Parada Spatikalingam in Nepal, Bhoga Spatikalingam in Sringeri, and Moksha Spatikalingam in Chidambaram. The Bhoga Spatikalingam in Sringeri gives the Ihapara Saukhyam. The Jnanam gives Sukham and Bhogam together. Devi instructed Gurudasa to go to the Vidyashankar temple, which is adjacent to the Sharada temple, and meditate there to get his answers. This Vidyashankar temple was established in 1338 AD. This was built by the Hoysalas of Vijayanagar dynasty in honor of Guru Vidyatirtha. This is a spiritual heaven as well as a marvel of ancient Indian astronomy and architecture. This temple has 6 doorways, Shuddha, and the presiding deity is Vidyashankar, who is the epitome of Jnanam, Jnani Shalaye. There are 12 pillars. They are not ordinary structures. They are known as zodiac pillars or Rashi Stambhas and are intricately carved with 12 signs of the zodiac. Dvadasha Rashi Stambha Sabha Madhye. The placement and design of these pillars are the remarkable features of the temple. They are aligned in such a way that the rays of the sun falls on each pillar corresponding to the current zodiac sign for that month of the Hindu calendar. This ingenious design showcases not only the architectural beauty but also a deep understanding of astronomy. The lines sketched on the floor converge to create a circle that mirrors the shadows projected by the pillars. It acts as a sundial, making the time based on the position of the sun. The main shrine of the temple houses the Vidyashankar Linga, placed over the Samadhi of Sri Vidyatirtha, the Guru of Sri Vidyaranya, who played a pivotal role in establishing the Vijayanagar dynasty. The Vidyashankar temple is not just a place of worship, but a center for learning and culture, a symbol of a harmonious blend of spirituality and science, reflects the advanced state of Indian astronomy and architecture in the 14th century. This temple's association with Sharada Peetham adds to its religious and cultural significance. This shloka explains the Hamsa Mayura Pranayamam, how to do it, holding Chin Mudra in both hands, drag Chin Mudra in both hands, drag the ray of the Chandra and Surya from the Gaganamargam, place it in the Daharakasham, Hridayasthanam, Okay. And do dhyana of Shakti Sahita Shiva. The number of petals in the Anahata Chakram are 12. The Hriday Kamalam also symbolizes the Dvadasha Rashi Stambha Sabha Madhye. When the six-edged Shakti triangle and the six-edged Shiva triangle merge, they create the 12 triangles. When the 12 triangles are multiplied by 6 dwaras, we get 72. We can interpret it as the 72 Melakarta Ragas or 72,000 nerve channels of our body. In this pranayam is also covered Nadi Shodhanam, Bhastrika, Bhramari, Kapala Bhati and Ujjayi. When Gurudasar returned to Mailadurai, when he was seated in front of the pillar in a Upasana mode, the Jnana Pandita Subramanya Swami came and presented him with the Hamsa Mayura Tanpura. After doing the pranayamam in Vidyashankar temple, he went to Sharadamba and sang the song Jnanarnava Vasini Shri Sharade. The raga is called Shuddha Dhanyasi and it is also known as Udaya Ravichandrika. Through the rays of the rising sun only he got the Upadesha of Hamsa Mayura Pranayamam. In the 38th shloka of Saundaryalahari, Sri Shankara Bhagavatpada says, Samunmilat Sambit Kamala Makarandaika Rasikam Bhaje Hamsa Dvandvam Kimapi Mahatam Manasacharam Yada Lapat Ashtadasha Gunita Vidya Parinatihi Yada Datte Doshat Gunamakhilam Adhyapayaiva. In this shloka, Shiva Dampatis are equated to Hamsa Dampatis. The Hamsa Pakshis are known to live in Manasarovar. The Shiva Dampatis are said to have their abode in the Manas of the Mahans, who are Yogeshwaras. Hamsa Pakshi enjoys the Makarandam in the lotus flower. The Shiva Dampatis enjoy the Prana Rupa Makarandam in the Samvit Kamalam. The Anahata Chakram in our body is called Samvit Kamalam, which is Jnana Rupam. From the Alapam between the Shiva Dampatis came the 18 Vidyas, namely the 4 Vedas, Ruk, Yajus, Sama and Atharvana. The 6 Vedankas, namely Shiksha, Kalpa, Vyakarana, Nirukta, Jyotish and Chandas Shastras. In addition to these are Mimamsa, Dharma Shastra, Purana, Ayurveda, Dhanurveda, Gandharva Veda and Artha Shastras. Just as the Hamsa Pakshis, which take only the milk from the solution of water and milk, the Shiva Dampatis take only the gunas, leaving out the doshas. In the word Hamsaha, Ham refers to the Shiva, who is the Purusha Tattvam, and Saha refers to Devi, who is the Prakriti Tattvam. Together, the word Hamsaha stands for the Shiva Shaktyatmaka Sadakya Tattvam. Pum Prakrityatmako Hamsaha Tatatmakamitam Jagat. The lyrics of the song goes like this. Jnanarnava Vasini Shri Sharade Mana Rakshini Madhura Subhashini Jnana Bhakti Vairagya Rupini Gana Samrajya Sandayini Amba. In these 4 lines we see the prasam Jnana, Mana, Jnana, Gana. Jnanarnava Vasini, Mana Rakshini, Jnana Bhakti Vairagya Rupini and Gana Samrajya Sandayini. Then it has 2 charanams. The first charanam is Shuddha Kalahamsa Arohini, Shuddha Sangeetha Samrajya Rajni, Shuddha Dhanyena Archita Janani, Suguna Bhakta Jana Paripalini Amba. And the second charanam is like this. Shuddha Shruti Laya Susvara Bhushini, Shuddha Dhanyasi Ragollasini, Shuddha Spatika Akshamala Dharini, Shuddha Mana Nilaye, Gurudasa Vinute. And it has a Madhyama Kala Sahityam, Brahma Vidya Swarupini, Brahma Granthi Vibhedini, Brahmananda Veenavatini, Brahmadeva Manakamini Amba. Here, the repetition of the word Shuddha happens several times. In each line there is a Shuddham. And the meaning in each line is different for the same word Shuddham. And Brahma Vidya Swarupini, Brahma Granthi Vibhedini. So the word Brahma is repeated here. Brahma Vidya Swarupini, Brahma Granthi Vibhedini, Brahmananda Veenavadini, Brahmadeva Manakamini, Amba Jnanarnava Vasini, Shri Sharde. Let us all pray to that Sharadamba to give us that Jnanam, Vairagyam and Bhakti to get liberated. Thank you.